Shalom. I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bashima, Shai, Bashima, Kakadash, and double honor to elders and apostles of great miracles and this truth. And peace, blessing, and salutations to the whole for elect.
Hey y'all, so I had a crazy dream, let me tell y'all. So after work, 'cause I do third shift, I go home, uh, I go to bed, and then I'm dreaming that well, the day is very peaceful. I'm with my siblings and family. We're walking and everything is peaceful, but out of all of a sudden, we look up and we see a bunch of missiles, coming down, raining down on us, and the people are just screaming, running everywhere, and I'm like, what the heck? But they look so clear, the day was so beautiful.
I only think it was in the scriptures. What's it called? Rain and it's eating. Joel 20 and 23. When he is about to fill his belly, the power shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. So yeah, well, when Esau's doing his thing, trying to take over the world, well, not even take over the world, or essentially that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to take over the world. But at the end of the day, it's not gonna work. Even then, he has power over the whole earth anyway. But obviously, he wants more control. In which, with that comes the missiles, the nuclear missiles. And while he's doing his thing, setting up his NWO, in comes the missiles.
And all of a sudden we see these missiles coming. There's like literally not even the sirens. There's no siren like alarming us, hey, missiles are coming. Not at all. It was like a surprise. Like out of nowhere, we just seen the missiles come down, and it was
As it says here, 1 Thessalonians 5 and 2. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. So yeah, going to the missiles, man. The destruction. Psalm 7 and 13. He have also prepared for him the instruments of death. He ordaineth his arrows, being the nuclear missiles, against the persecutors. The persecutors being Esau, Edom. So the Lord he's gonna bring around the missiles, man. It's gonna eat up America. Destroy it off the face of the earth. Call the Yahweh Shem. Let's carry on.
a horrible feeling because you really don't know where to run. You know, they were falling, and it wasn't like a few. It was a bunch of missiles. And it was like green, like kind of like green, dark green. If I'm remembering right, dark green. It looked kind of familiar. The missiles look kind of familiar, and then I said in my head, I'm like, oh my! I was just I can't even explain it. It is a horrible feeling, and I really feel sorry for anyone that has to go through this. Like now that I know how that feels, oh my god! Like just know it's a horrible feeling, especially when you don't know where to go, where to run, because they could fall anywhere. Those missiles, and but
Then again, this is what the scriptures say. Second, 716 and 13. It says, for strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow, his arrows that he shooteth are sharp, meaning that highly accurate. I shall not miss when they begin to be shot to the ends of the world. So yeah, these missiles are highly accurate. They're gonna hit what they're supposed to hit.
to continue, right? We're running uphill, and then as we're running, I see these men behind us because I'm looking up, behind, looking everywhere, but mainly up to see where they, to kind of guess where they're going to land so that we can avoid it. And my brother is running ahead of me, and as I'm running, I see this man. He loads his gun, and he says, "You guys gotta stop." And I stop, and I look back at him, and Um, I'm confused, but I'm like, hey, I don't want to die. I'm fearing for my life. Why is this man pointing a gun at us? And then he says, no, not you. And then I kind of go sideways and I move, and then he says move, and then he aims at my brother, and I'm looking at my brother, and I realize, well, he's calling my brother. He says, come over here, get over here, and he's saying, you are going to help us fight this war, something like that, you know. And basically he had uh no other choice. Either you join and fight or you die. And I was fearing for both our life. So then I go and I see my brother, and I'm like, I wanted to ask him, are you really going to accept this? Are you really going to let this happen? Because I believe I was ready to say no if he was.
Jeremiah 51 and 30. It says, the mighty men of Babylon have forborne to fight. Let me look at that word as well. Wait, forborne. Where's it gone? Passing so full bad. Alright, there we go. Against his she's abstaining from or refrain. Refrain, exercise control or restraint. Sense of not obsolete. Also exercise control over. But yeah. As it says, the mighty men of Babylon have forborne to fight. They have remained in their holds. Their might have failed. They became as a woman. They have burned her dwelling places. Her bars are broken. So yeah, at the end of the day, what's it called again? The people are gonna, what's the word? They're gonna gather up all these people that don't know how to fight, and they're going to make them fight. Being werewolf free, or in werewolf free. That's when these things will happen.
If he was to ask me to join, I was gonna say no. But anyways, I was so sad, heartbroken. I was, oh my god, you have no idea to how I was feeling. I'm like looking at my brother in the eye, like he wanted to cry. I wanted to cry, like, cause it was like a we knew what was coming. There was no escape from that. It's like we're not escape from living. I mean, from dying. That's what I mean. Uh, and I guess he just accepted it. He's like, all right, whatever. He accepted it, and he just after that, I just woke up. I was sad. I was just so sad, and I just woke up.
Oh, where's it gone? Right, here we go. Ecclesiastes 8 and 8. It says there is no man that have power over the spirit to retain the spirit. So yeah, if the Lord calls you up, or the Lord says you're going to die, you're going to die. You will have his power in the day of death, and there's no discharge in that war. Neither shall wickedness deliver those that are given to it. So yeah, there's no escape. just like the guy said, listen, there's no escape. It's just one of those ones. But yeah, Holy Soul's edifying. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory. Jehovah Shema, Shabbat, Shalom, Kakadash, and Shalom.